We are back now at 7:43 with an important warning. If you ever use a credit card, buyer beware. Whether filling up at the pump, eating out, or holiday shopping, 3 million Americans use a credit card every day.
I always pay with the credit card, almost all the time.
In a restaurant, we usually pay with credit cards.
I use my credit cards, I'd say 95% of the time.
I always pay with a credit card.
And a growing number of those credit cards are now being skimmed. So what is skimming? It's usually an inside job.
Can I go ahead and run this for you?
When someone handling your credit card secretly copies your name, card number, and expiration date. Watch closely as security expert Jim Stickley, pretending to be a waiter,
Can I take that for you?
first makes the actual transaction, then skims the same card onto his tiny scanner.
Pretty easy to hide. I mean, I had it tucked under a napkin. You wouldn't even notice it there. You can tuck it anywhere. I mean, look at this. There's wires here. There's a million places.
I think it made me feel a little bit more vulnerable because you look like a really nice guy. And this is a nice restaurant, so it kind of makes you more aware that it could happen anytime.
Once you have the data, you can take a hotel room key, slide it through. Now this room key has the exact same data that this credit card has.
Then Jim shopped at various stores using a hotel key card with skimmed credit card information belonging to our producer.
Well, obviously, we've had success today. We went to a lot of stores, used those skim cards without any problems at all. I mean, ultimately, this just confirms that this is a real issue, and it is really easy to do.
Jim Stickley is the author of The Truth About Identity Theft, Why Be Me When I Can Be You. Jim, good morning. Nice to see you. Let me see the card you used here.
Sure.
Okay, it is a hotel key card.
Yeah, just a room key.
Shouldn't everybody you handed this to make purchases have questioned this?
You would have thought, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look anything like a credit card. It should have been very, very obvious. But most of the time, people never saw it because they had those little pads at the front desk, and I would just swipe it myself, and they never even looked.
So let's talk about what people can do to protect themselves, all right? What are the first things they need to know?
Oh, well, the first thing is, I mean, you want to use a credit card over a debit card when you're going out and you're using a risky card. And when I say risky, what I mean is you go to a bar, you go to a restaurant, somewhere where they take your credit card and walk away. Because once they've walked away, you have no idea what's happening with that card. They could be writing it on a piece of paper. They could be skimming it. There's so many different ways to take it. So if you use a credit card, you know that if somebody goes out and rips you off later, the cash isn't coming directly out of your bank account. What it's doing is it's just charging up and you can dispute it later.
Dedicate a low-limit card for general use and check statements monthly. So if I dedicate one card, if I have one card in my arsenal that I'm only going to use for what you would call risky purchases, I'm still vulnerable on that card, aren't I?
Absolutely. There's never a 100% guarantee. The best thing you can do is have like a low limit card. So somebody does rip it off first, they go try to charge up a bunch of stuff. It's going to max out very quick. You're going to get notified.
We are our own best first line of defense, but are stores, are companies doing enough to protect consumers?
Oh, no, not even close. There's a few now that are starting to require you to type in your zip code. That's a great start, but it's not enough.
Yeah, I mean, Home Depot and Old Navy said they have a clear policy in place. Staff are required to verify credit card details, but as we saw, that doesn't always work.
It doesn't work at all. And even when they do, like Home Depot, I used the key card, skimmed it through. She's like, oh, I need to see your card and your ID. I pulled out a different credit card and my ID, handed those to her, which matched each other, and she never looked to see that the card that I used was named Sarah.
Right,
and this
which
card
was our producer's card, and nobody questioned that.
Nobody looked.
Oh, Jim. Jim, thank you very much.